Hey guys, if you're new here and you like what I'm putting out, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload. So, a couple of weeks ago, I did a review on Kamen Rider Zero One Real Time, which was the epilogue of the Kamen Rider Zero One story. But the story continues as we're getting more spin off movies focusing on other characters. And I'm excited because we're focusing on some of the favourite characters I grew to love when watching Kamen Rider Zero One for the first time. So I just got done watching Zero One Others, Kamen Rider Metsura Jinrai, and as you can guess, this focuses on the Metsura Jinrai characters and how they face off against a brand new enemy. And I really enjoyed this film. It focuses on the whole Gear versus human conflict still, and Arc still being a problem, or Arc is still out there, or a character involved with Arc who is still alive and out there is still causing problems. And I really enjoyed this film because I loved Jin, I loved Hirobi, Ikazuchi, and Naki. They're really interesting characters as well, but I'm glad we could expand on these side characters more, or the villains we got last season, and flesh them out even more in this epilogue V Cinema movie, so let's talk about it. So this movie I really did enjoy, but some parts in the movie I felt kind of lost when it went really plot heavy and they explained a lot of stuff in detail, so I had to rewind it, I had to take notes and understand what they were trying to say because they were sort of teasing future things to come in the next movie or stuff that might happen later down the line because there's some big plot heavy reveals in this film, so I did get a little distracted reading the subtitles, but that's me for you. So if I do get stuff wrong or I do misspeak about certain things in the movie, I do apologize. I'm only human, but feel free to correct me in the comment section down below. I'm totally fine with that. So the movie opens with our villain, Lion Arkland, who is the CEO of Zaya in the United States. And I gotta say, I love this actor. I really love this actor because he has a lot of charisma when he talks. I believe his name is Jai West, so he's part Canadian, part Japanese, this actor. And when he talks, he'll have lines in English and he'll speak in Japanese. So he's like, I just love it when he speaks English or English in this film. Like, when he fights, he goes a lot of come on and stuff like that. So he seems like a fighting game character that taunts you. So that was really cool. Like there's scenes where he's fighting and he's going, come on. And I don't know, that was really cool. But I love this villain and I loved his rider form, Kamen Rider Zaya. It's sort of like a black paint job of Kamen Rider Bowser that we got. But this one looks more eviler. But also, Azu's still around. She's still causing mischief and wants people to be the next Arc. So she's giving out drivers, like it's a driver bargain sale, handing out drivers like no tomorrow, hoping this person will be the next Arc moving forward. So like I said earlier, this film mostly focuses on the Metsura Jinrai characters, and we get to see them shine because in the series they were villains, then they were anti-heroes, now they're heroes. They're just doing their own thing, they're living their lives. And Aruto is nowhere to be seen in this movie. We do see a photo of him where they have a clever way of writing him out of the film, saying he's in space, launching the brand new satellite where Gears will be all over the world, so not only Japan will have them, which is a fun way of writing him out of the movie so these side characters can take the spotlight. So that's really cool as well, because we're going to get two movies focusing on the secondary and the other riders, which is also really cool. So Jin gets ambushed by Lion or Kamen Rider Zaya, and we learn that he was Sold Zero, which are a bunch of Gears meant for war. They're soldiers, and he's the prototype. And that's when the plot lost me, when we learn that he's the prototype and he's going to command them, and Jin doesn't want to do that, so he wants to free all the soldier Gears and find a way to override them. So that's when things lost me, when they go into Jin's mindset, or the mass brain I believe it's called, and we see the brand new rider form, which is Kamen Rider Metsura Jinrai, which is a really cool concept where this has probably been done before because I haven't seen many Kamen Rider series, so I guess this is new, where the Metsura Jinrai characters, all four of them, they fuse into one Kamen Rider. Well, they go unconscious and they're there's a brand new Kamen Rider formed called Kamen Rider Metsuba Jinrai. Try saying that 3 times. And this brand new rider design is really cool. We have some cool fight scenes. There's one that got a laugh out of me where they take the fight outside and everyone is fighting. There's a bunch of stuff going on. And there's this one character with headphones in and you can't hear the fighting going on. And then one of the heroes grabs him. I think it's Jin. Jin grabs him and says, "It's not safe here, you need to leave." And then they continue fighting. So we got that sort of comic relief scene. But, yeah, it's like I said, it's hard to process what happens because it builds up to the whole Metsura Jinrai thing. And then there's the first battle where they don't defeat the main bad guy in the first 30 minutes of the movie. And then our heroes are outed as terrorists during a press conference with aims and stuff like that, so now they're bad guys by the worldwide public. You get those story beats in the film, but the final fight scene, I will say, between Metsura Jinrai and Zaya was pretty impressive. I did get a kick out of it. It was a lot of fun. I think it was a really awesome fight because it's meant to show how powerful Metsura Jinrai is as the two, or as, not the two of them, all 4 of them fuse together, and the main bad guy just gets destroyed and wrecked at the end of this fight, killing him off because, you know, he's a movie villain. He's never going to show up ever again, so you got to kill off the movie villain and make sure they can't come back in the next movie or leave him alive to be in the next movie. So they kill off Leon, which was kind of disappointing. Like I said, I liked him. The dude had a lot of charisma and was a lot of fun to see on screen. But what was really surprising, like the big shocking moment, is the Metsura Jinrai, I believe it becomes a will of its own. And what it does, as you see our heroes lying unconscious, our four riders that fuse into the one rider, the Metsura Jinrai rider destroys their bodies, which surprised me, which was like, okay, now we know what's going to happen. This rider has a will of its own, and it's leading up to a battle to destroy humanity where the Humagears, or this one is going to represent the Humagears and wipe out the humans, or do something like that, because the film ends on 2 notes, which is leading up to the next one, which is Vulcan and Valkyrie, which 2 awesome characters. I'm glad they're getting their own spin-off film, where Vulcan witnesses the whole Metsura Jinrai destroying Zaya, where he tells him to stand down, he's overdoing it, he's going to kill him. And there was also that line earlier on in the movie where Hirobi says, "If I brought a war to humanity, would you fight me?" And Vulcan replies with, "I wouldn't and I would." So that's leading to that film there. And then you've also got Valkyrie, where she's talking to her government agent, where she says, "Eliminate Metsura Jinrai as Kamen Rider Valkyrie." So we've got that. We're having a big battle between these characters leading into the next film, which I'm really excited for. I love those characters. So, like I mentioned earlier, the host for Metsura Jinrai, they get all their bodies destroyed, they get blown up, and yeah, I don't think they're dead for good. I don't think they're gone for good. I get the feeling they'll be rebuilt at the end of the film. Something will happen that brings them back. I don't know what, but I get the feeling they're not gone forever. If they are, that'd be really surprising, because how are you going to bring them back for other Rider movies and stuff like that? But who knows, maybe they are dead for good, who knows, but they're trapped in the body, Vulcan witnesses it, and you just hear all of them screaming in the consciousness of Metsura Jinrai as they're trapped there forever, and that's where the movie ends. So anyway guys, that's my mini review recap discussion of Zero One Others Metsura Jinrai. Overall, I thought it was a fun and interesting film, a little confusing sometimes, had some really cool action scenes, got to see some of my favourite characters be expanded on, and I'm curious how this is going to conclude in Vulcan and Valkyrie. Guess we'll have to watch and find out. Overall, like I said, fun film, little confusing, cool action scenes. With that said, I think I'm going to bring this video to a close. Special thanks to all the members such as Swagger4. If you want to get your name shouted out like Swagger4 over here, become a Zord tier member or higher for special perks on the channel and stuff like that. With that said, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys later. Bye.